that does it for this week's recaps and previews. I want to throw one more thing at you, and that's the news. It's been out there for about a month or so, and it's picking up more steam. Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua. Now, Eddie Hearn came out this week most recently and said, I never thought I would say this, but right now the front runner for this fight is Jake Paul for Anthony Joshua's ring return. Joshua coming up almost on a year in September since his KO loss to Daniel Dubois. He's going to be 35 years of age. It's crazy what I'm about to ask you, but can Jake Paul really beat Anthony Joshua?
All right, listen, I give all credit. Everyone knows that. They get mad at me that I gave too much credit to Paul. Why? He's done a hell of a job to put himself in this position. He sold himself. He sold his dream. He took his dream. He took his idea. He put it out there, and he made it happen. Give him credit for that. And he made it happen. And he took risk along the way. Yeah, he picked his spots. He's in the driver's seat. He gets to pick his spots. He's the one bringing the money. He's the one promoting. Yeah, he's the name. He made himself that, coming from where he came from, with all his followers and the whole thing, and just the uniqueness of what he was doing. But he has learned along the way. He's not a top guy yet. No, I don't know that he ever will be. He didn't have that amateur background and the things that you usually need to be a top guy. But he has improved. He is a work in progress. He is a guy that you got to give him credit that he's respected the sport. He went out there, he's worked hard at it, and he's gotten himself into this position. Having said all of that, this might be a step too far. Now, when I say it, I'm also, I try to be responsible. I've been in this game 50 years, so I know where not to step, where you could twist an ankle, or worse, you could break a leg or fall down. When I say that with the understanding, too, that Joshua's coming off being knocked out. Joshua hasn't fought for a year, right? But it's about a year. And there's some ghost in his attic. There are. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he's gotten rid of some of them, but I know that in the position of a fighter coming where he's coming from, there are ghosts in your attic. I don't know if those ghosts are still taking up space. I don't know if maybe there could be no better exorcism for those ghosts than fighting a Jake Paul. That might be just the exorcism you need to clear out the attic. I don't know. That's the problem. We don't know. That's the mystery part of this. That's what makes it so. It makes it two things at once: intriguing and, in some ways, infuriating. Really, give Paul credit for doing that. He intrigues you. He makes you think about it. We're talking about it. Eddie Hearn's talking about it, thinking about it. And he's very honest that he heard about it. I never thought I'd be saying this. Oh, my God. But he might put himself in that position. And then it's infuriating where there'll be fans and the fight fans and the real hardcore ones that is like, come on now. He doesn't deserve to be in this spot. He doesn't, he shouldn't be. Someone else should be. All of that. Let's not forget one word that starts with the E. Before we go into the word that starts with the S, the sport of boxing, remember the E. It's an entertainment business. Entertainment. That still comes out. That E word. And he has put himself in that position for us to entertain the thought that, wow, maybe could happen. And I'll tell you one thing about Paul. So far, his picking, his choosing, his timing, his ability, to just, again, manage his way not just fight his way, but manage by picking the right spots, has been pretty good. Other than the Tommy Fury, and that was close, but it's been pretty good. Now, again, I said it already. For anyone who wants to go this way or that, this is the one that at first strikes me as, and I use that word, that phrase, it could be a step too far. Yeah. But I'll tell you what, I'm willing to take that step to find out. That's it. What else can I say? I don't know. I know Joshua's a gold medalist. He's a 2-time champion. He's a big guy. He's a good puncher, especially with the right hand. He's a former world champion. But he's also a former world champion who's getting older. He's also a former world champion coming off a devastating knockout loss. A world champion who's made a lot of money, where he's got to be comfortable, at least in that area, where, yeah, he's still way above a Jake Paul as far as even thinking about them being competitive as far as skills, experience, ability. I don't argue that. I say it myself. But what would Joshua be when he gets in the ring? What would he bring? Would he bring still that ability to do what he did with Ngannou? And I think that's a fair, very fair comparison. Because again, Ngannou was not your conventional boxer. He was coming from the MMA. He wasn't coming from the boxing world. So I think it's a very fair description. Or possible, analogy, comparison. So is that the Joshua? He reacts that way? And he shows that? The difference, the stark difference in a guy who's not a top pro and a guy who has been a top pro? Does that happen? Yeah, it might happen. It might happen. Or you might watch it to find out about the or.